This is TWiG.
This week I got some good news, I thought. I got my Nexus 7 LTE. I've been waiting for it for weeks. I've been waiting for it to go on sale. I finally got to order it last week. It didn't arrive before the show, and here it came on Friday. And I was so happy.
And all your dreams came true, right, Jeff?
No!
Here we go. Watch out.
All your dreams came true, Jeff. You waited so long for this tablet, to buy it, to get it. You have it now. This is it. This is what you've been hoping for. I know you're a picky guy. You have very high standards. You have very specific things that you want. And now it's in your hands. What's wrong?
How's that LTE working?
Yo, you're cruel. You're cruel. So, I am going psychotic on Verizon because Verizon will not hook up my Nexus LTE. Now, you remember when it was announced months ago, Google said it was going to work. The first device that was going to work on AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon on LTE. Wow, there was the slide. You see, incoming weeks, Verizon, right there. And so I walk into the Verizon store on Saturday, and I say, hi, I want to give you more money. I want to add this to my shared data collection there, right? Well, one snotty little smart-ass clerk came over and said, you can't, it doesn't work, you can't. I said, no, you don't understand. I looked up things on them. I should look, Verizon LTE, this device. Yes. So I got a nice clerk, and I got a manager over as I glared at the other clerk. And they tried to put in the IMEI for this device. Bzz, wouldn't take it. Bzz, wouldn't take it, all around. So they said, well, maybe it's just not ready yet. I said, oh, they've had months. How ridiculous. But this happened with my Chromebook Pixel, too, where I went in and tried to get the deal, the $10 a month deal that they had, and it wasn't in a SKU in there. And I figured, okay, so they messed up, big old Verizon. Well, they're not rich enough, but fine. I have them call Verizon HQ. They try to do something. They can't do it either. But I figure, okay, this is frustrating. I'm mad, but I leave calmly. I leave with a smile on my face. I say, thanks for your help, guys. I get back home, and, of course, I go to Twitter, and I say, oh, VZW support. I need your help again. Can you get my device hooked up? Because I want to be a happy customer. I wait until days, and then I get this response. You can put it back up again, Chad. I'm excited you got your Nexus 7, but not all LTE tablets are created equal. It's not part of our lineup and can't be activated. I'm letting that sit there like the turd it is. So I have psychotic fits all around, and then people remind me that Verizon got the LTE spectrum, C block, as it's called, or block C rather, in the 700 megahertz band, on the condition, which Google managed to push into the spectrum auction, the condition that it be open. And Chad, if you could go back to, and you see that first block quote, that it must be offered. No licensee, quote, licensees, quote, shall not deny, limit, or restrict the ability of their customers to use the devices and applications of their choice on the licensee's C block network, except insofar as there's technical problems or other regulations or statutes, right? No problem. Well, this is a device that has been approved by the FCC. This is an LTE device. It works on AT&T. It works on T-Mobile. And I have a SIM for T-Mobile, by the way, because it came with the device. Nice deal, 1 month free. Thank you very much. Everybody's saying, why don't you just hook up T-Mobile? Well, because, number one, I have a shared device account on Verizon. Thanks to my Chromebook Pixel. Google, how could you have made this a Verizon-only device? My family has their iPads on Verizon. What can I do about that? And so it's going to cost me more if I use this on T-Mobile or something else. And plus, there's just the justice of it. The justice of it. By God, Verizon, you will connect my Nexus 7. So I go around. I'm about to end this here. I go around and around and around. I go a lot on Twitter. A lot of folks come in. Huge response on Google Plus and on Twitter to this. People saying, yeah, why don't you learn? Verizon sucks. Verizon's awful. Go to T-Mobile. T-Mobile's better. And I keep on saying, no, I'm going to force them into it. And then nice folks at Free Press sent me their complaints to the FCC more than a year ago. And last July, the FCC had a consent decree against Verizon for $1.25 million because Verizon at the time was forcing Google to take applications that had tethering out of the Play Store. That's not open. And so Verizon was told, you have to do this. And Verizon said, oh, yes, we will. And when Google had complained about Verizon's behavior and sent a very tough letter, Verizon got back and said, oh, Google, how can you? You're just being catty. No. We're going to be open. Of course we're going to be open. Look at all the ways we're going to be open. I tried to find that full post, which had been quoted on Ars Technica, but of course Verizon has erased it. So this goes on and on and on, around and around and around. I then get another tweet from Verizon saying, once again, or the technical equivalent thereof. And so today I wrote and sent a formal complaint to the Federal Communications Commission Enforcement Division saying, go after them, bastards. And so I'm not going to rest. I am not going to rest until we bring Verizon to justice, because this was the whole point of the notion of openness, is that we have the choice. We have the control. And Verizon, take that.
Good for you, Jeff.